The
Unless
stream has
that's
started
on
just now.
Twitch.
The stream is on Twitch. Yes. Oh God, back
Let
into.
me go find it.
Oh
Oh,
fuck.
there we go. My audio's fixed.
Back into.
Oh yeah, you sound better, Alex.
Yeah, I don't know why my headphones were being fucking weird. So what the fuck are we
I must
doing?
go find this
So I'm a
stream.
little cowardly little bitch playing this game.
Oh, and you want company because you're a scaredy little baby boy?
Yes.
Okay, that's
I
cool.
wish this game had a multiplayer.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
God.
Because I
keep
have
playing
this on my
Mario
PlayStation.
Kart. The fucking DLC for Mario Kart dropped, and I'm now playing as Kamek. And it's fun.
Okay.
Isn't Alien Isolation on Nintendo Switch now?
Is it? Oh, that'd be so fucking funny if it is.
I think it is.
Guys, they added Koopa Cape to Mario Kart.
I don't know what
I'm
that
so-
is, nor the importance.
Is it the one with the music that goes?
Yeah, one of the best tracks on the Wii.
Yes.
Oh!
Even though the best
They also
track,
added. They also added Daisy Cruise as well.
even though the best track in Wii is the one that goes.
That's Coconut Mall.
I know.
It's already.
No,
it's
it's
in
not.
the. It's in the game.
I know. Oh, I hit the wrong one.
I'm hearing two of you.
You should probably mute the stream.
Oh yeah, I've got his stream playing on my TV, so I'm not.
I automatically have Max's Twitch streams muted because most of the time we're already talking on Discord.
Yeah.
Oh, cool! Blue shell and red shell at the same time. That's fucking sick. Yeah, finally got the rebrand video done.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
What now?
Ooh,
Then I have to
There's another vent right
I have to make a quick edit to Wages of Sin, and then that will go up on Sunday.
Awesome.
And then I'll just start uploading content from our backlog.
Great. I'm excited. I'm sad to hear
I need to
about
get-
the forest, but it's understandable.
It is.
It is
but
what it
it's
is.
also very
Shit happens.
unfortunate.
Axel, is this it?
I'm just more
Yeah.
pissed he didn't tell us.
Yeah.
Like he knew. And that's what bothers me more or less.
What? So what happened? Did he just not tell you
Well,
guys that he
so
couldn't do it?
Duncan was going on vacation with his family, apparently, and then just didn't
How
tell
do
us he
you
was.
turn off the sound?
Go to the
on
bottom
Twitch?
corner and hit the volume button. Turn it down.
Come on.
On Twitch. Turn it down on Twitch.
Oh, okay. Found it.
So, Duncan was going on vacation with his family and didn't have a choice. Didn't bother to tell us until we were at Michael's party.
It's not smart.
Which was like a day before, like a day or 2 days before shooting. And I tried contacting some other friends, like some of my old D&D buddies from high school.
That's the way everyone
Yeah.
travels around.
They couldn't do it because it was. I don't blame them because it was like such short notice. And then we tried to do a Star Wars video, which just didn't work.
Because we should have filmed that Friday. It was so much cooler on Friday.
We should have just done a Grimace Shake video instead. That would have been much easier to film and
Yeah.
funnier.
Meet the others. Something's going down. There's always something going down.
Because like it wasn't the fact that we should have done it Friday. It was more or less the fact that part of the reason was because I was trying to get my brother to film. And no offense to my brother, but like yeah, he's not a cameraman.
Yeah.
He doesn't know
Yeah.
film. So trying to, and he shares the same view I have, which is like trying to tell somebody what you want versus you just doing it yourself is easier. Like it was hard for me to tell my brother what I was looking for.
Just walked right through that air vent.
I know. I know.
So it just didn't work. So I do have an
Yeah.
idea that I might try to do, but it's gonna demand a lot more from me. But we'll see if I can do it.
What do you mean by that? What do you have in mind?
So it's like
You
a
mentioned that
so
in your video too.
yeah. So it'd be like a solo project. So everything will be done by me. Like being in it, shooting it, editing it, everything by me. But that requires a lot more of like framing and editing and planning.
Too many of them to take on.
Yeah.
Because like basically how I'd have to break it down is
The door at the
because it'd basically be me just playing the characters,
try to distract
right?
the gen-
So it
Uh-huh.
would end up boiling down to I'd have to shot list of getting all the shots where it's just one character solo, then the
Uh-huh.
other character solo,
Wise last. I did.
then
What's up?
all the scenes in which they're both in the same frame.
To me.
Those have to be all locked off on a tripod, so that way I can
Ammo, meds.
portray one
But what
character.
is- I think what I'm more interested in.
What is the
what-
idea?
yeah. What is your idea?
I
for
don't
this?
want to say what the idea is because if I do it, I want you guys to be like, "Oh, this is really neat."
Oh, okay. Well, that's understandable.
Keep your guns
I thought
Yeah.
Someone's
you
gonna
were
have
like,
to tell
oh,
the
it's
boss.
gonna be like
Boss.
the Matrix,
He's a
or
goddamn
I don't know,
store clerk.
whatever.
No, well, it's something. I don't want again. I don't really want to go too into it because I kind of want to.
No, yeah, you're fine.
Because if I get it done, then like, because if I feel like if I say it and I don't get it done, it's gonna be disappointing that I
Yeah.
did do it. Versus if I just don't say what it is, you can't really be disappointed by thinking if it's cool. You will think it's cool, but like I just don't want to build up expectation because I'm already fucking busy as shit with work.
Yeah. No, I've been working a lot too myself. I've but
To be broken.
I
Come out, and we won't hurt you.
I'm trying to make plans. So
Help me find the switch.
oh Max, I want to ask your thoughts really quick.
They're still close by.
What did you think of Indiana Jones? Because I know we briefly talked about it, and Alex said he saw it again and thought it was okay.
We have another person in the chat. I'm not sure if they've seen Indiana Jones.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I'll just give the unspoiler thoughts.
Dan, have you seen Indiana Jones 5?
Not yet.
Okay.
4 was better in every way.
It was. I
Well,
agree.
I can't
Still,
agree with
I'm
you guys.
still on Raiders. Like I've still.
Wait, Landon, what'd you say?
like, I still like Raiders of the Lost Ark more than all of them. So
That's fair. I think my favorite is Last Crusade.
How much for
I
that's a pretty
can't.
good one.
I can't agree with you guys on the Crystal Skull. Your Crystal Skull comparison. I know I understand why you both like it because it's very different from the rest of the series. It's very
Not-
sci-fi.
It's really not that different.
Not really. It's really not that different. It feels
It-
just like
it
an Indiana
kind of-
Jones film.
I had talked to Michael about it, and what me and him agree on is it feels different in the sense that it feels like
museum.
Okay.
what?
What?
It
Landon?
belongs in a museum.
Oh, hey, we could upload that.
I was like, what
I
did you
forgot.
say?
Alex, we can upload that as a
Ready.
YouTube short on your
On
channel.
3. 1, 2.
We could have to find. I have to find a good. I can edit it with actual
No, but what-
CG blades.
What me and Michael had talked about was the fact that the fourth one feels like it has to over-explain itself because it's aliens.
I didn't get that at all from the movie.
Well, I mean, even my dad thinks so, but it's like because it's aliens, it feels like it has to quickly reveal what this is, and it gives it away too early, and that it feels like it has to keep explaining. Like, Michael hates the fact that when the UFO starts, the guy's like, they're interdimensional beings from another dimension, and Michael's like, no guy from that era would ever say that. Like,
I might need to rewatch it so I can because it might have been just a different thing when I was watching it with you guys because I was watching it with friends as opposed to watching it on my own. So we had commentary.
yeah.
So I might need to watch it again. I still really enjoy it though.
It's a fun
just-
movie, but what I'm
I just
saying
I
is,
just feel like
Okay,
five
look,
just
the funny
isn't
guts.
again. This is coming from a guy who likes Crystal Skull, so take what I say with a grain of sand. I don't think 5 was warranted. I mean, it's not bad. I don't have the same sense of I guess whimsy that I get from the other ones. I I kind of watch it, and like I watch all the other ones, and I love them. I watch this one, I kind of get bored
Moving.
halfway through.
Well, that's probably been the biggest complaint is the fact that it's just too long.
Oh yeah, it could easily be
30 minutes short.
it could easily be 2 hours. Yeah, it could easily stay 2 hours, and it'd be fine. But I definitely get
I think some of the action should have been cut down. Now the opening scene, I think
the opening,
is
the
a
opening
fine
and
length.
the opening and the ending are my
Most of the
favorite parts of the movie.
Most of the ending.
Now, I
There's-
love that ending. That ending is so good. But I know what I was saying to my dad was I think I like this new one because it has to do with actual world history and things like that. Whereas the fourth one, it's alien, so it's not as
I think, honestly-
built on history, but.
But I think that was more the fun aspect because I think with the time of the 50s, again, you had that scare of
Oh
like,
yeah,
aliens and, like,
yeah.
War of the Worlds. That felt fun.
Yeah.
Also,
What am I supposed to
I
do?
do like the
What am I
also
supposed
one
to do?
fun thing,
Oh, God.
the fridge and the nuke explosion bit. That was actually a shelved idea from Back to the Future.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Pretty sure that actually did happen to him. I think that somebody actually did experiment with that, like in the 50s.
Maybe. All I know is that the original idea for Back to the
Now-
Future was instead of a DeLorean, it was going to be a fridge, and how Marty gets back it was going to be a nuclear explosion. But the only reason why they changed, firstly, they changed the DeLorean because they were afraid people would like get themselves locked in fridges, because there's a time when fridges had locks, and so they changed it to a DeLorean. And they changed the action. Originally, even when they changed it to the DeLorean, they were still going to have the nuclear explosion bit. But the reason why they changed it was because the studio demanded that they like shave off like I think $5 million off their budget.
Yeah, that's
so they were
understandable.
like, okay, well, how do we cut our budget down but still keep this like grandiose thing? And so they were on the lot that they had the lot they had for Hill Valley downtown, and they're like, oh well, this works really good. We can like have the car run down this road, and then we can put a clock on this tower and have a lightning bolt hit this clock tower.
It amazes me how that movie had to be completely reshot. Like,
Well, yeah, because they filmed like half of it with Eric Stoltz,
yeah,
and then
Yeah.
he just wasn't working with
he's
them
so uncharismatic.
he was a method actor, and he was just very much like taking it to a darker tone than what the Bobs wanted, and
He was so
because
dramatic.
they
with his
wanted
part,
because
but
they
yeah.
wanted Michael J. Fox since the beginning, but the person that running Family Ties just wouldn't allow it
Yeah.
until eventually they were like, hey, we need him, and they're like, yeah, and then like Universal was like, okay, yeah, you're right, because they had edited, like I think they filmed for, I think 6 weeks with Eric Stoltz, and then they realized like this ain't going, and they put all the clips together that they had shot, and they like, we need to get Michael J. Fox, and it like once they brought on Michael J. Fox, everything changed. Like it worked, and it was. They also had problems with Crispin Glover on set too.
Oh, Crispin Glover's famous for being like that.
Yeah, because like apparently like one scene in particular when they're like, when he's in the cafeteria with Marty and he's like talking about like his stories and stuff. Apparently, like Crispin was so manic in his movements and he'd be like messing with his hair and shit that like the directors threatened to duct tape him to his chair. And then eventually he wised up because he was afraid that because like they didn't tell the cast or crew that Eric Stoltz was being replaced. But like they knew something was up, but they didn't know exactly what it was, and they kept his because they didn't want to like tell the studio that they were replacing or they didn't want to they didn't want to catch wind that they were
Man, I
replacing
can't even
him.
remember what I was gonna say now. You've gone on so long. It was
I'm
something I
sorry.
was gonna say. I can't even remember now.
Should have stopped me.
I'm
I
on
No,
I'm on the
I-
Twitch app, so I can't mute the audio.
remember what I was gonna say. It was the no. Me and Michael had talked about the fourth Indiana Jones. So before you had gotten onto this Back to the Future thing.
Sorry.
The
Yeah,
last thing I
sorry.
had to say was, so originally the whole fourth Indiana Jones was George Lucas's idea because Steven didn't even want to do the fourth one. And George said, well, I want to do the aliens with the 1950s and all this because the era matches up, things like that. And honestly, okay, I love Steven Spielberg because he's great, but he's so stubborn sometimes. The way his vision is with things, he's so unbelievably stubborn. Because when George Lucas was trying to convince him about doing the fourth Indiana Jones, he said, George, I do not want aliens. He was so adamant about it, and then George was like, well, fine, if you're not gonna, because Steven was like, I've already done an alien movie. He's like, I've already done several alien movies and I'm sick and tired of them. And George Lucas was like, well, fine, we'll come to a compromise then. And Steven was like, okay, call them interdimensional beings and I'm okay with it. Do not, he was really adamant about it. And that's why it sticks out so much, is because it feels so weird because it has to, Michael said, it's like George Lucas got what he wanted, but Steven Spielberg did those few couple of things that made it feel off, where it felt like it constantly had to over-explain that they're creatures and their powers and things like that. But
Quick question.
Quick answer.
Is the alien one the fourth Indiana Jones? Is that the one about the knights?
No, that's
third.
Last Crusade
yeah.
with the Holy Grail.
Because I've seen this
The
one,
best
I just
one.
don't remember what one it was called.
It was
The one with the
Kingdom
Holy
of
Grail
Crystal
is-
Skull.
Yeah,
I've
that's
seen
the
It
that's
wasn't
the
too
fourth
bad.
one.
Yeah,
I
no,
like
the-
it.
the-
I don't.
the fourth
I
one
don't
is
get
good.
the hate. I don't get the hate. I personally, I just think 5 is just. I don't know. I get bored watching 5. I hate that I get bored watching 5. I just don't. I don't know, I
liked
just
it 'cause
don't-
It felt like the finality to it. It felt like this is it.
I felt
especially
like
that
Crystal
last
Skull was a good ending.
I got into this kick a while back where it's like I watched all the Indiana Jones movies from the first one to the last one, and I didn't even realize they came out with another one yet. So
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, the new
just feel
one's
like
good in my opinion.
I feel like the fifth one, it wasn't warranted. I felt like, and again, I felt like fourth was a good wrap up. I don't know. I'm pissed with some of the choices that they made, because it's the typical choice Disney does when they do their reboots, and it bothered me.
I haven't seen it yet, so I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid spoilers. I don't know. I didn't like it. It's not I didn't like it. I'm very okay to it.
One of those.
I said,
could be better.
yeah, the first 4, I love all 4 of them equally to an extent. Give or take a couple I like more than the others. But generally, for the most part, I like the first 4 just equally. The fifth one is just I'm very lukewarm to it.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of it is what it is.
I like it.
I watched it, and I'm just yeah, it's, it is what it is. So,
Was it boring or was it enjoyable?
it's enjoyable.
I loved it.
I found enjoyment. I mean, I watched it twice, so you know,
There are parts
I
that
I
I
did
do
wanted to
enjoy.
go see it again.
huh?
I
What,
was
Max?
saying I do want to go see it again.
It is enjoyable when it feels enjoyable.
Okay.
Like the beginning and ending are really good. There are some moments in the middle that I liked.
So
But the
you
rest
like
of
the
it just
beginning, middle, and the end. No.
shut the fuck up.
Access to
Whoa.
Shut the
hey.
shut up.
the elevator's security.
Hey.
like-
Circuits are fried.
The middle just drags too much.
Like most
And
of the New
it
York chase
kind
could
of
have been
just-
cut out.
That
No, I would say the chase in.
I was gonna say Morocco.
Yeah. I was
That
gonna
you
say
could.
that too.
Yeah,
That-
That, you
that
could,
one
that you could
definitely.
have shortened.
I also just feel like the script relies on too many contrivances for it to work, especially when it comes to the villains.
Contrivances? Someone please
Um,
explain what that means.
like forced reasons, like because the movie deemed it that way.
Back there.
That isn't much of a spoiler, but it's like the fact that like the villains just kind of always know where they are, without really any
Yeah.
explanation to it. Like they kind of give one, but it's like it's not a very good one. Like realistically, it wouldn't really work. So it's like again,
Sounds like
it's
they're
these
too overpowered.
it doesn't overpower. It just relies on contrived reasoning. Like it relies on forced reasoning that like it just doesn't work for me. Like,
Guys,
it's not believable in some sense.
Guys, Oh, and the Ark of the Covenant is no.
No, I'm not talking
No,
about
I know.
I'm not talking about the dial. I'm
joking,
talking about like
joking.
the
Yeah,
no, it's not. I'm not
I
talking
know.
about no because like while
Like
in most indie films it's indie following the villains.
no. Uh-huh.
The villains are following indie in this one.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's a bad thing, but it's their reasonings on how they're able to catch up with him all the time is contrived.
My friend said he saw it.
A couple
Or
times
it's
they
just-
show it, but
But it's not very good. Like it's in the middle. There's one instance where I'm like, there is no way they would have known that they were in that specific spot.
It's like they got wall hacks.
No, they have like it's not even wall hacks. It's the fact that they just had like the fucking precise mini map.
Oh.
Like I just
Max,
mm.
you gotta stop running those guys. You've gotta. Are you playing on hard mode?
Yeah, I told you I was.
Yeah, dude, you've gotta. You've gotta. You can't keep running at those guys directly because you can't keep killing them that way.
I wasn't trying to run at them, and then it was just kind of like, fuck, there's already two guys there.
No. Yeah, you've got to figure out a better way at sneaking around.
Dude, I'm really fucking excited for Oppenheimer.
You know what? It looks good. I am in no rush to see it.
I am seeing them both on the same Barbie and Oppenheimer on the same day.
Barbie looks funny.
It does look really funny, and that's my dad was like surprised, like why? He's like, you're gonna go see Barbie? I was like, yes, it looks funny.
Security. Circuits are fried. Easy fix.
He's like, I didn't think you're that kind of guy. I was like,
Cell.
it's funny, and I'm buying into the meme, and the meme is funny.
Oh god, you know what? That reminds me how much I hated working when the Minions came out.
Oh yeah, this one's like
I-
not as. I feel like this isn't gonna be as bad as Minions though.
No, but
It's-
that one I was just miserable in because people were like bringing bananas into the auditorium and then like squishing them on the ground, so the whole theater smelled like banana. And
Good grief.
yeah,
That gives
and they
me
were
a
coming
headache.
in. They were coming in suits and dresses, and I was like, I'm so sick of this.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
this
like-
one, it's like this one, it's just like, you know, the idea of like really colorful and then really dark. Like people are surprised by my choosing of going to see Barbie first and then Oppenheimer. I'm just like, I'm gonna say the one that I'm most anticipated for last, because if I go see the
No.
one So if I see the one that I'm most excited for first, then like I don't have any more like I guess steam to ride on. Like I want to ride the excitement the entire day because once I see what I'm excited for first, then it's like okay, where then the rest is like okay, and I'm just gonna go watch another movie. No, I gotta build that excitement for the entire day.
Dude, I couldn't do that. That's so long.
That's just because you're weak.
Yeah.
I was talking to a coworker of mine, and she said she went and saw 3 movies in one day.
Good grief. Yeah, no,
But
I was watching.
she fell asleep during the third one.
I was watching Lord of the Rings the other day with a couple of my friends, and we watched the 4.5-hour cut of.
Oh, the extended edition.
Yeah, well, that's what we were gonna do. We were gonna watch the extended editions of all 3 Lord of the Rings, and we only made it through 1, and we all gave up because it's like 4.5 hours. And we watched the first one, and we were like, "Okay, yep, that's good. We're done."
I was joking with a coworker of mine because he was telling me he just like finished reading the Harry Potter book because he just wasn't allowed to read them as a kid.
Yeah.
And I was telling him about the movies. He's like, I haven't seen the movies yet. Because he's telling me he was a big fan of Lord of the Rings. And it's like, have you seen the Lord of the Rings movies? And I was like, I've seen the first 2. I haven't seen the last one. And he just was like,
so long.
I know. He's like, that's the best one. And it's just like, I haven't. Because I remember there was one day I was gonna try to watch all 3 of them like in like a sitting. And I got through the first 2 and I fell asleep.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't Return of the King the last Lord of the Rings movie?
Yes.
Because I watched all 3 of them in one day, and I was like, screw my life.
Yeah,
Well,
like that one you really had to have like a lot of.
If you do that,
Oh, the extended cut's like it's like a at least like 12 hours.
Yeah.
That's a half a day of just watching. That's not like including breaks or
Snacks. Or
yeah,
Advil for the giant headache you just gave yourself.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that
those
doesn't include any of that. So it's like you just have to. Yeah, like that's just 12 hours of just nonstop Lord of the Rings. Like you
They're
basically
so
are like.
long.
I was like a coworker. We were joking that
Tired of
like.
hearing sound at all afterwards. You're like,
Well, because I mean, even after. So what I had done was I was originally planning to do a marathon and watching all 6. The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, and I made it through the extended cuts of all the Hobbit movies, which
Did they
aren't
make 3
as,
Hobbit ones?
Yeah, they aren't
What?
as long as the Lord
I
of the
thought they
Rings
only made
movies.
2. I'll be honest. I genuinely thought they only made 2 Hobbit.
No,
films.
there's 3.
And I know there's the first one, and then there's the Decimation of Smaug. And that's the second
Battle
one,
of
right?
Five Armies
Is it-
is
is it-
also there.
Yeah, 5 Armies is the 3rd.
Oh, okay. I had no idea.
Yeah, no, the 3rd one is crazy, but they're not.
I
I
was-
don't think the extended cuts are as long as the extended cuts for the Lord of the Rings, but they're still really long. But I made it through I made it through the Hobbit movies. I started working on the first Lord of the Rings movie, and I gave up. I was like, I can't do it anymore. Because I mean, they're great movies. It's just
So fucking long.
like, it takes a lot of energy.
It's so
out
long
of
that
you.
it's draining to watch.
Yeah, which I hate to say because they're amazing, but like I was like, ugh. Which
Well, if
I
you're
know
trying to do a
Christopher Lee.
marathon, like if you're trying to do a marathon and you've already watched 4 to 5 hours worth of movies, you're gonna get tired of watching movies.
Yeah.
Well, 'cause
honestly.
I know Christopher Lee was saying. I think Christopher Lee like famously was very upset with the theatrical releases. And in Christopher Lee's opinion, the only way to watch them is through the extended cuts. Because I know he saw the one where his character Saruman dies, and he got.
Spoilers, dude.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
sorry.
kidding.
No, everyone knows this at this point.
No, I was kidding.
Yeah, but in the second one, he has this huge monologue on top of the tower, obviously, and he's monologuing, and the theatrical cut, that monologue is very cut down, and
Yeah, it's
when
almost
Chris-
non-existent.
yeah, and when Christopher Lee found out about it, he was like so upset because he was like, that monologue is so important to the story, and so important to Saruman's like whole reasoning for everything. And obviously, you know, it's there in the extended cut, I believe, and because I mean, Christopher Lee's crazy.
Lee.
I mean, he's That's what I said.
You ever play what is it? It's
Y'all ever
based
just,
off
like-
Lord of the Rings. It's a game, not
Shadow of
Gollum,
Mordor?
the new
Elden Ring.
Gollum game.
no.
Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
it's like
I
Assassin's
played
Creed,
one
but,
of
like
them.
5 times harder.
I played one of them. I can't remember if I played Shadow of War or Shadow of Mordor.
I have Shadow of Mordor, and dude, it's really fun to play, but it's really hard to be good at. You know.
I think I might have played Shadow of War, and I don't think it was as good. I played.
Do you
like,
guys ever just like?
played the first one, not the second one.
Do you guys
You
ever
don't
just
have a whole
randomly
lot of
remember that Christopher Lee was in the Tim Burton Willy Wonka movie?
Yeah,
He was.
dude.
I was
Christopher
forgetting, I was
Lee
like-
had such an amazing life. He was literally
He's the inspiration
part of
for James
the-
Bond.
I know, yeah. He was a part of the
Isn't
British
it
Secret
Christopher Lee
Service.
the guy that played Superman?
That's
And-
That's
Christopher
Christopher
Reeves.
Reeves.
Oh.
No, Christopher Lee
played
was Count Dooku in Star Wars.
And he did all of his own fencing and stunt work for Star Wars because he actually had training in fencing. And then
He's the real life inspiration of James Bond, which is fucking badass.
yeah,
And
and then
Ian Fleming was his cousin.
he was
Yeah.
Oh,
the
that's cool.
only known actor to have met the author of the
Lord of the Rings.
of the author of the Lord of the
J.R.R.
Rings, and he
Tolkien.
read them.
J.R.
And-
Tolkien, right?
He
Tolkien.
made a
Tolkien,
Christmas,
Tolkien.
and Christopher Lee made a Christmas heavy metal album.
He made 2
Um,
albums.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he had 2 Christmas heavy metal albums or something, or one, and he did heavy metal singing. And then
What a fucking lad.
he obviously, you know, he was knighted as well. And then
Ooh.
what else did he do? He
He also
Oh,
got.
I remember
He was also
on
allowed.
the-
He also was given permission to marry Swedish royalty, I believe, or some type of royalty.
yeah, he
He's also
I
a
remember
direct
he was-
descendant of Charlemagne.
he was
Yes.
he was one of the last few people to see an actual live guillotine execution.
And it happened in
The
1939.
She.
Yeah.
What a fucking unit,
there.
dude.
And then
Bro.
he, another thing he did was,
Oh.
what was it? Oh, when, on the set of The Lord of the Rings, Peter Jackson was telling him
It was
what
like-
to do when he gets stabbed in the back, and he was like, "I want you to do this," and Christopher Lee's like, "That's not what it sounds like when you get stabbed in the
Yeah.
back," because Christopher Lee has done that to people before. So it's like it's not like you're.
It's not like a
screaming, it's
dramatic
like
get
all the
scream. It's more of a type thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
because all the air is like leaving.
yeah,
Because
and-
Like-
he's done it.
Yeah, I know. I was like, because Christopher Lee has been part of the Secret Service and he's had to do that stuff.
He was a Nazi hunter.
I know. Yeah.
God,
That-
he is
that
the
guy's an
absolute
absolute unit.
fucking. He's a fucking giga chad, dude.
I
Dude,
really don't
Like,
want to go
Christopher
into
Lee
no,
was
no one
amazing.
will ever be as cool as that man.
it. No one
Now
has.
he was offered the part of Grand Moff Tarkin in the original trilogy, and he turned it down. But when they came back for the prequels, he took it immediately, and he was like, "I regret not doing." I mean, he was like,
No, I'm so
Peter-
glad I'm so glad he was Dooku because like he would have been just in one Star Wars film. I feel like that would have been a waste.
Yeah, no, he said that he was glad that Peter Cushing ended up taking it, but he was sad when he was like, "Oh, I missed out on this great part." So when he was offered Count Dooku, he was like, "Yes, I'm immediately
Like,
doing it."
Plus, Count Dooku's got one of the coolest forms of lightsaber combat ever.
Makashi. Yeah.
I know, yeah.
Makashi is
Your
just
swords,
amazing.
please. We don't want to make a mess in front of the Chancellor now.
Yeah.
He's so cool.
He's-
Like,
I wish he was my
He's so
granddad.
good, bro. I think every guy wishes he was their granddad.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
God
He's
damn.
like, think of anything, and he's probably done it. Like, he was that kind of guy.
He's just a absolute beast of a dude.
Yeah, he's what people want to be. Like, he was like James Bond, like for real.
I think he also wanted to
cooler
play the
than
part of
James
James
Bond.
Bond.
I think at one point he said it, but yeah,
Go a little too on the nose, don't you think?
yeah.
Here, let me play the character that I'm the inspiration for.
At least he got to play the man with the golden gun, so he was in a Bond movie finally.
Yeah.
God, I really don't want to go into the
That's
Works archive
awesome.
because that's how I know,
You know,
where the Xenomorph is
Steven-
going to start.
Stephen Hawking had always wanted to play a Bond villain.
Well, you had
Really?
Yeah, no, Stephen Hawking was a huge James Bond fan, and he always wanted to play a Bond villain. And he said he thinks he could have been able to do it. I mean, I think he would have been funny.
I have been.
Could
I
have
think
done it,
so.
probably.
I have been waiting for you, Mr. Bond.
And it's just like, oh yeah, well I'm gonna take away your
Hello.
antivirus protection.
Hello.
No, you better not.
My name is Stephen Hawking,
I
and
will
welcome
stop
to
you.
Jackass.
I am on the Eric Andre show.
Bro, imagine Stephen Hawking on Jackass. No, on Impractical Jokers.
Scoops keep potatoes. Scoops keep potatoes.
That's so,
Skippity
bro. I'm
skippity dee.
I'm just.
We're
I'm sorry, I
whalers on
can't
the
do that
moon.
like computer
We're
voice.
whalers on the moon. There are no
We
whales
carry a
here.
harpoon. So we sing our tale, sing our tale, and sing our whaling tune.
I really don't want to go into the Works archive.
Everybody, please welcome Prince Herb.
No, you fucking moron. That's not how it goes.
Remember when you were doing that voice at lunch, and that's when we had the idea to do it in time, please.
I wanted to put Stephen Hawking in Time Police so bad.
I mean, you can
and
download.
nobody
like,
would
you
do
can
it.
download the mechanical voice.
Yeah, I fucking
No.
wonder why
No,
nobody wanted to. play
the
Stephen
reason
Hawking.
we couldn't do it is because nobody wanted to play him, and I was like, ugh.
Oh, you should have asked me.
'Cause-
I would
Well,
have been.
yeah,
I would have been down for it so
We-
fast.
yeah, we could have gotten you, but like,
But hindsight's 2020.
yeah. No, Michael
was-
thought it was insensitive. Alex thought it was insensitive.
I thought it was too. I honestly I was happy we went away from that joke because I remember I kept telling you I was like we did not do this joke.
I thought
Like-
it was great because that's why in the final cut, that's why Michael's character's name is Harold Walking, is because we couldn't come up with it. I mean, I thought it,
yes,
but
it was me
Oh,
this
that's
whole
great.
time.
Mr. Hawking, why?
Yeah, I
Because
wanted it
I
to be
want to
Stephen
able
Hawking, but-
to walk again.
yeah, wasn't that in it?
I
He-
think that was quite. I think that is verbatim the reasoning.
Yeah,
part of his
like
reasoning.
that was part of the
I
thing is
want
because
to
Stephen
be
Hawking
able
ends
to
up getting
feel the touch of
superpowers.
my love once more and reciprocate
Stephen
it.
Hawking like got superpowers, and then he stands up from his wheelchair,
But no,
and like the devil comes out of the portal.
the joke should be that he still
that-
talks with the mechanical voice.
No,
That would've
but,
been
like,
really
It's
funny.
like his
Then-
his
then
mouth
the-
moves, but it's just
You fools. Now you will die.
like even like
That would've been really funny.
the ending was much more grand because like we had the Cubics spaceship turn into like a transformer fighting
Dude,
the
you
devil.
wanted
and-
far too much than what I could have done. Siege. I still can't. I'm still not even at that level of
I know.
VFX.
I wish we could have had that kind of VFX because it The
Dude, I
original
went back
Time
and watched
Police ending
Time
was
Police.
crazy.
I went back and watched Time Police. Oh man.
It's
What?
rough.
What?
It's so
What?
rough.
It's good. It's so good.
It's so
Amazing.
rough.
Eh.
It's not. It
wasn't that-
really is.
It's
watching it,
amazing.
watching
It's
it
an
a second
amazing
time.
movie.
Watching it a second time, it's not that good.
Oh no, it's awful.
Okay,
it's
Landon.
fun to, but
I like
It's fun-
it in the sense of hey,
it's fun to poke
I have
fun at
fond
it.
memories.
Lyndon, do I
actually
actually
have
have to
fond
go into
memories.
the works archive? I really don't want to go in there.
Max, just do it
you,
already.
you may have fond memories. That was production hell for me.
Yeah, it was for me too. I had a breakdown. I remember.
Oh, I remember you did.
I had a.
Yeah, it was at me
Because-
and Michael.
I had stuff going on at home, and I had a breakdown, and I was like, I went home and like cried because of it. I was like, yeah,
You
no.
I remember you snapped at me and Michael one time.
I had stuff going on during that time, and it wasn't great.
Because like Michael and I were like just going through different shit, and we're like, because we're trying. I think it was we were trying to film the scene with the Cubics later, and you're in your garage,
Yeah,
and
I was in a
my-
bad mood. And,
Michael and I were trying to like talk through a certain shot of what would be better. To like, oh, here's how it would actually it might look better if we did it this way. And then you were just like, you guys are executing my vision. And Michael and I are just like, what the fuck?
I
We're
was
trying
in, I was in such a bad mood that day, and I was having like breakdowns constantly because I was so tired of working on the short film. And I was
you
like,
thought we'd get it done. I was still baffled by the fact that like you had like because we were just supposed to do it over spring break, and you wanted to. You were like, oh, I have plans to get these scenes done these days, and you didn't even have a finished cast list.
yeah.
And I was like, dude, how are you gonna film these scenes without the people casted? You're like, oh, we'll get to it when we get to it. And I was like, the fuck we aren't. So I had to, like that entire like afternoon, I was just like calling people and being like, hey, do you want to be in this?
Yeah.
Yeah. One more
Yeah.
And it's
you
funny 'cause,
know,
like,
you learn a lot.
I think
of
it's
the-
funny because when we did the premiere, because I had like Logan, Clay, and Devin show up. Because Devin was supposed to be the part that Ryan played, was supposed to be your partner who gets killed. And I think he got busy where he still had to turn away from it, so that's why I got Ryan. And when he saw it in the premiere, he was like, man, I really wish I didn't back out of it. Like, I still, like, as bad as Time Police is, I think the best it's ever looked was when we were at the premiere.
Yeah.
Just
I
because like
still
it was
like
there was a lot of us. Just 'cause, like I think it was just different watching in the theater and having a bunch of friends. Because like it's like that's like our joking like cult classic almost.
Yeah. I
guys
remember
made your own movie?
Jagger. I haven't talked to Jagger in so long.
I haven't talked to him since we did Tales of the Odd.
Neither have I, but dude, he was. I remember he was so hyped for Time Police 2. He was like, "You guys better do Time Police 2."
I'm so mad I didn't get that recording of everyone's reaction to the teaser at the end. So I was not expecting that kind of reaction.
Everyone was like, "Yeah."
I still remember, like, Michael, I know Michael told you a couple days ago about the party, because, like, one of his friends was like, he looks so familiar. She just pointed to me, like, that's Officer Prime from Time Police. And then she, like, immediately recognized me. Like, that was just so funny. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that.
Dude, you're famous. You're
I was like-
famous
I
for
was like-
Time Police.
I was like, I don't know how I feel. I don't think I want to be known for Time Police. It's like, I've
Dude.
done other work. I've done other stuff.
How do you think other celebrities feel when stuff gets discovered and they're like, why do people only know me for this one thing?
Harrison Ford only being known as Han Solo.
Yeah,
Alec
exactly.
Guinness only being
It's like-
known for his role as Obi-Wan.
Also, Indiana.
Yeah, no, Alec Guinness
Yeah.
is really only known for Obi-Wan, and he got really...
Pissed
I mean,
Obi-Wan.
he was...
he was so good in
Yeah,
Dr.
he was-
Zhivago, Bridge on the River Kwai,
Yeah, and then he was only
Lawrence
known
of
for
Arabia.
Obi-Wan, and he... Yeah, and he got really upset that he was only known for Obi-Wan. I mean that
Man.
that happens all the time to people.
Which is unfortunate.
So
Yeah.
you guys made a movie?
Huh?
Yeah.
I'd watch it, but I don't know where to find it.
It's on YouTube.
What's it called?
Time Police.
Time
Just
It's called
Police.
Time Police.
it is.
Just look up the YouTube channel, Trio Pictures.
It is their
Here, let
magnum
me post
opus.
the. Let me. Oh, I wouldn't call my magnum opus. I still have a lot to do.
Well, it's
Yeah,
their
let me
current
post the
and
link
only
to the
magnum
channel and-
opus.
Yeah,
Let
it's our
me-
current. It's our current big project. Now, Detective Tales of the Odd. I was thinking about it the other day, and I remember Alex how you were saying it could have been so much better.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it, and I was like, yeah, but the script, the way I wrote it, was I wrote it for the sense that Michael was going to direct it.
Right, but we never decided to. I posted a link to the channel in the
Yeah,
general game chat.
I know what I know what you mean, but it's when I wrote it, it was the sense that it was going for a more David Lynch style homage that was supposed to be directed by Michael. And I know when Michael had seen it, he said, "Yeah, I don't get that vibe from it at all." And I told him, I said, "Yeah, that's when Alex took over that."
I tried so hard to get you to direct it,
Yeah,
but you
and
were so stubborn on wanting to play Nobody.
well, I
right?
didn't really want
I-
to direct anyway.
Well, I even
was-
told you. I even told you straight up. I was like, if I direct it, I'm not doing it David Lynch style.
No, and I know, and I
Like, I think
came
I
to
just.
that
I wish.
conclusion.
I wish when we realized when Michael wasn't going to be the one directing it. I wish I had gone back through and rewrote it. Because it's such a nothing film. Like nothing really happens until like the shootout, and that's like it's very like it's very evident, at least to me, that like you had the idea for the shootout, and then you wrote everything over that, as opposed to building the story naturally.
I guess it's just that when the dialogue was supposed to be very, I don't know, it was supposed to have a weirder vibe to it. The way dialogue was supposed to be spoken and the overall sense of the scene, I think it got lost in translation from script to actual filming, unfortunately, but that stuff kind of
Because I didn't share the same vision that
no,
you
I know,
had
I
for
know,
it.
and that's why that stuff changes. I mean, a script can be altered when you actually act it out. So, I mean, I can understand that from that kind of, from that perspective. That's why I like Detective Tales of the Odd. I like how it turned out because I think it turned out the best it could have been. But
I mean, I like the way. I mean, I'm proud of what I did shot wise.
yeah, it's a very
Like,
good.
but
It looks
other
very
than-
good. It looks
Other than
very
that,
good.
like, other than that, I just wish I wish the story I wish the story had more going on.
No, I know. I think it looks good. I think the story-wise, because, I mean, it was written to be very vague in the first place because it was supposed to have that very David Lynch style. But when
I
he
think
took
that
over
it
as
honestly
director,
worked
which
against you with that.
Huh?
what with being vague.
Oh god.
What, Max?
Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
Max.
Oh fuck.
Max.
Stop saying "oh fuck" and get back to your saying about
No,
shit.
I can't.
We
I
didn't hear you.
literally cannot. I literally cannot. 'cause
Okay,
the
never
Xenomorph
mind
just showed
then,
up.
but Detective Tales of the Odd was supposed to be more of an experiment anyway to see that sense of style. So
Again, that should have came from you.
no, I know. I think looking back, if I had directed it, it probably would have ended up being what it was originally written to be like. But again, I feel like I I wasn't at the place where I felt like I was able to direct that project.
No, I feel like it was that place you just wanted to be nobody because you wanted to wear your damn mask.
I spent quite a bit of money on it, so
That was your choice
yeah,
to spend the money on that mask.
yeah.
No one told you
So-
you had to buy it for that film.
No, I know, but I
Yeah, I think
wanted
it-
it to be. Is anyone saying anything?
I think he cut out.
Alex, I think you cut out.
No, I stopped talking because
Oh,
you were talking.
I mean, I was kind of watching what's showing up. It's kind of cool.
what? Detective Tales of the Otter Time Police.
Time Police.
My man, you should subscribe to the channel while you're on there.
Yeah, subscribe.
Got some big stuff coming. Big change.
Big change.
Yep, big change.
I really don't
Big
want to hit resume game.
Just think of Tobey Maguire.
I can tell that you guys used some airsoft guns in your first shot.
Yeah, we did at the AK.
Airsoft Tommy gun. Probably spent like $300.
No, that
on
was
one.
that was the AK, not Tommy gun. Tommy gun we used in Tales of the Odd.
Huh. Thought the first like main bad guy with a purple suit and goggles was wielding
Yeah, it's
a
It's the
A Tommy gun.
AK-47. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was an airsoft AK-47 we gave him.
Cool.
Screw you, pencil neck.
I really don't want to hit that resume game button. I really don't.
Then don't.
Well, I have to because I
Play
promised.
a different game then.
I made a promise to myself that I at least see this much through. Well, if not, I can always just play BeamNG Drive.
Have you not played this game before?
No, this is my very first time, and it should be very
This
obvious.
is your first playthrough?
Yes.
Oh, wow. I was not aware of that. I thought you'd played this game before.
No. That should have been
I've
very
played this
obvious
game
from
like
the
3
start.
times.
Oh, good for you. Good for
Yeah.
you. Good for you.
Yeah, Alien Isolation is fun.
When you don't put it on hard mode for your first playthrough, maybe. But I was going through the difficulty list and it's like, this is the recommended experience. And it
Well,
was,
it's the more,
oh, I can't argue with that logic. Why did I listen to myself? I should just
bro,
I should have just put it on fucking novice, bruh.
I think Brio Pictures is dead.
And what's the new name of it now?
In the
Your
face
mom,
studios.
your mom studios.
Doing
They're
your
really,
mom production.
really funny. That's
We are
kind of
now
funny.
doing your mom productions.
Well, no.
No, just kidding. We're actually in the face.
You know, I'm looking forward to it. I know, at some point in the next, like, hopefully month or so, I can meet up with my
Ooh.
friends and we can film a couple sketches we have in mind.
We're at 102 subscribers.
Yeah,
Let's
baby.
fucking
That's what I'm waiting
go.
for.
Oh, the Beyond Science test footage finally reached 100 views.
Did it?
Our lowest viewed video is, I think it's our Smiling Friends podcast episode. No,
Think
it's
so.
actually our Peacemaker. No, it's actually my Mortal Kombat video.
No, it's actually. That's the Mortal Kombat 16.
No, it's actually.
Yeah, no,
No,
you're
and
right.
then
No, you're right.
thought
That
it
is
was-
the lowest viewed video.
Yeah. And then the Fall of the Jedi is 47.
Let's go.
Yeah, baby, that's what I've been waiting for.
I got 1.9 thousand views on a short that I put onto YouTube.
Well, guess
Yeah,
what?
shorts get more
Alex-
views.
Alex got 3,000 views on his Marvel.
Well, guess what? A thing I did
Thing.
with Michael 5 years ago has almost 1 million views.
I know.
I'll
I
ne-
was in that too.
Nice.
Yeah, that's just straight crazy.
Dude, that one
What
just
is it?
shot off. It's Michael Myers versus Jason Voorhees or something.
Mm.
It's really stupid.
I wanted to
funny.
make a sequel to that.
No, what we wanted to make
Well,
a sequel
guess
to
what?
was I think Monday the 16th. Well, I
funny.
mean, technically, me and Michael did make a sequel.
Really?
Oh, he didn't even upload it. He privated that video, the coward. He privated the quote unquote sequel.
Damn. Wait, isn't that the one where it's like